A demo on doing a combination of a quick wash along with some staining for what's called the illusion of detail. Here we have a hillside between Cambria and Paso, and the idea is to be able to create the effect of the trees without getting into the weeds. Well, that's just sort of a joke. To create the effect of the trees without trying to paint every tree. So what we're after is a generalized notion where we use the properties of watercolor to create a strong suggestion of this oak forest on the hillside. I don't know that it's all oak. Some of the trees in the foreground look like they could be a little bit different. So we start with this image, and then what I did was, in Photoshop, I laid a grid over it. Come on. There we go. So there's the grid that I put on the image. And this is a 5x7. And so you can work from this. Now, I did not draw a grid on the paper that I used. What I did was I drew hash marks. And then if I wanted to, hang on a second, I'm going to do something. If I wanted to make sure things were where they need to be, for instance, third hash mark down, this ridge line starts a little bit up above the horizontal line, and then it goes up here where it peaks out at this line, and then just kind of snakes along. And this gives me a ballpark notion of where the basic guidelines need to be. And this way I don't have to do anything like tracing. And of course it's easier if you just draw from the scene, but that's to help people who are a little bit insecure about their ability to explicitly draw what you see. So the next step is to create a lightweight sketch. And here you can see the outline of the forest. Now, their sky is going to be above, and then there's going to be the grassland in the middle and grassland at the bottom. Now here's the basic wash that I put down. You notice the lines are still visible. Here, let's see, is it visible in the previous one? Yeah, here you can see the hash marks, okay? And they're one by one, okay? So it looks like above here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there they are. Okay, and it's 1-inch squares, and that way it helps keep me oriented. So there are the drawn lines with the grassland and the clouds. Now the clouds, this was the standard practice I do with making clouds. I did a blend, little bit of phthalocyanine blue at the top, then into cerulean blue, then into turquoise. And that's how I created that blend. And then once I got the blend down, what I did was I dabbed up color from the blue, and then I went in with the edge of my brush and I just pushed the color in a little bit to get the harder edges that you see there. And remember, it's very important to pre-wet your areas. When you pre-wet your areas and you keep working, you learn the properties of your paper, and that helps you control the flow of the watercolor. Next step is to finish it off and add the forest. So I added the forest with darker and darker colors, and then I did a little bit of scumbling with a brown to create more of the effect of the hillside. And this is the basic project. No big deal, good practice, easy to do, doesn't take long. You should easily have this done within an hour and 15 minutes. So there you go.